Let's talk.
Giles Brown.
It is the time of the 2 weeks we do a bit of this.
Life. Don't talk to me about life.
Bringing us his own particular and peculiar views on life. It is the international man of misery, Mr. Grumpy himself, Michael Senker. Michael, good morrow to you. How are you, sir?
I'm all right. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad, thank you. You know, all things being considered, I was down your part of the world, passing by, where the roundabout with the little Seat 600.
The green car.
Yeah, and I remarked about the number of camper vans that were down there, and I thought,
Oh, shut up. They should be banned.
Just think of you every time I see them.
But now they've got a new thing. Now they there's about 6 or 8 disabled bays, and there's a disabled beach where I am. And the camper vans have decided now that they can park there all week with a disabled badge. And they're so big, they go into the road. Or if they reverse onto the pavement, they go right back onto the pavement. And they're there and they're opening the doors and going out and doing their shopping. And I'm sure they utilise the
facilities
on the beach. But no, let them have a jolly good time.
Yeah. Well, I just thought as I was driving down past that little Cinquecento areas, I thought, this is going to be Grump. We're in Grump's territory now. Look at those bleeding. Because I was trying to find a parking space, and needless to say, couldn't get one where I wanted to, so ended up walking. Well,
the thing is with Los Boliches, where I live, is that it's free parking. It's a bit of the Paseo where there's no, you don't have to pay to park. So of course, it's an ideal thing. That stop by the beach, go and live by the beach. But I'm still say that they should go to their caravan or their places that are made for that arrangement, where they've got their facilities and they can do what they like, but not along the Paseo.
Exactly. Right then. So what's been crossing the grumpometer, the radar, since we last spoke? International man of misery.
Would you like I've got a VW update. My car.
Oh, okay. How many? Yes, 126 flashing lights. Yeah, here we go.
And we've got a new one. We've got a new thing. I got an email from my car.
You got an email from your car?
I got an email from my car to tell me that it needs an update on something to do with the computer. And if I'd like to put in the SIM number or what VIN number.
Right,
that's the long 400 numbers that's on the windscreen.
Oh, right, yes, I thought, okay, yeah.
I think it's called right, the VIN number, and do this and do that. It will need to be updated so that it can possibly carry on doing what it's doing. But I don't understand what I've got to do. I can't do it whilst I'm driving.
Sure.
But it could take up to an hour or 2 hours to download. Then I've got to log it into my VW account, which I didn't even know I had,
right?
And do something else. And I just want to drive my car. I don't ask for a lot, Just I put it into drive. Mind you, I haven't driven since Christmas, since I broke my leg.
Yeah.
But I just want to drive it. When I'm able to drive, Patty just wants to drive it. I can't even find. I've got a key.
Yes.
Right. But it doesn't work. I don't think it works with a key because I can't find where the key goes. I was looking for the key the other day, not for any reason that I wanted to start it, because it starts if you get near the car. It's one of those things. You put your hand on the handle and the door opens on its own.
Okay. I mean, this is uncharted territory for me, Grumps. Obviously, I put my hand on the handle and the wheels fall off. But anyway.
But if the battery runs out, which it eventually does, of course, I'm sure I'm trying to find out. I've got this key in my hand. Where do I put it? It answers on the postcard, listeners.
Which particular slot should Grumpy put his key into?
I've got to download this software. I can download it whilst I'm driving, but I can't. It won't upload. I have to then stop and wait for an hour or 2 hours. And then I have to go into it with my password and then set it all up. I'm taking it back to Volkswagen.
Yeah.
I'm taking it back to Volkswagen, and I'm saying to them, it's an invasion of my privacy. It's ridiculous, and it's just everything like this now is the same. I used to click on an ad or click on a bit of something, and it would come up. Tell me what I want to buy, or tell me what I think I want to buy. Now you have to log in. You have to set up an account.
Yeah.
You have to put in the password. You have to put in a password that they like, not what I like. Right? I don't care how simple. I don't care that someone sees that I want to buy an exercise bike. I don't feel that that's got to be under the Official Secrets Act. Right? If someone was to, I get lists coming through of how everything that I do is hacked.
Yeah.
My bank account could be hacked. My Amazon account, everything's hacked. What is the point of having all these complicated passwords that I forget, but all the criminals get easily?
And of course, the more stuff you're putting out there, the more things you're filling in and whatever. I suppose the more susceptible you are to getting hacked by international criminal gangs, because you're always having to get a password, you're always having to get this, you're always having to put your data online. I thought we were against all this. Yeah,
but the other problem, of course, is that they're getting cleverer now. The companies, to get your information, is that on the screen it used to have, these are all our bylaws and rules and regulations, accept or decline. Now now it's just accept and settings, and if you don't accept, you have to click on settings, and that takes you into another world.
Right.
So in the end, mugs like me just finish up clicking on accept just to carry on, finding out what the name of the film was that I've just seen half a clip of.
Right.
Because that's the other thing they do now. You used to click on something and you used to watch a scene from a film and say, "Oh, this is a scene from blah blah blah." Get it on YouTube or whatever. Now it stops after about 15 seconds. You have to click in comments. That takes you somewhere else. Oh, it's becoming a nightmare.
More time,
you're losing
the will to. But the thing is, you're a busy man. You don't want to spend like 3.5.
No, I'm not. No. Actually, I'm not. I'm not a busy man. I talk to phone people that phone up and try and sell you things. I talk to them because I've got nothing else to do. It kills half hour, and I can drive them nuts. When they say to me, "Can I have your, what's your name?" I say Michael Senker.
Yes.
They say, and one of the things they say is, "Can you spell it?" And I say, "Yes, of course I can spell it. It's my name." But I just go on for those for ages and drive them nuts.
Yeah.
And then they ask me. Then the banks ask me security questions when they phone me, and I turn that round. And I say, "Well, I can't answer that question. I need to know your name of your first dog."
Yes.
Or your mother's maiden name.
Your mother's maiden name, exactly. Your favourite type of spicy sauce or something like that. What else is... So you've got that. So what's the situation with the car then at the moment? Is it sitting there... do you actually know? Because I borrowed a friend's car. Somebody was foolish enough to lend me their brand spanking new Audi Quattro, right? And I couldn't work out... I know, but it again, it hasn't
I thought she was a 60s singer.
Audi Quattro. Yeah, she came straight out of Bonn, in 1966 Eurovision Song Contest. Ambition.
I'm thinking of her sister Susie.
Oh, Susie, of course. You never talk about your sister Susie. Yes, she went to the car mechanic. Audi. Oh, genius. 952 78 4000 if you want to get an Audi. Oh, that's just brilliant. Anyway, I couldn't work out where to put the key because it was one of those push things and then it ran out of battery and there wasn't a key thing. There was a slot, apparently, and I couldn't, because the slot was cunningly disguised as, I don't know, but I had to phone up the owner and go, and where'd you put the thing? And it was like, just if you look to the left of the third toggle, it'll be there. Right, anyway. What else has been crossing the radar, apart from, whatever happened to Audi Quattro?
I love a bit of telly.
No, really?
Right, and I love all the rubbish everyone goes, "No, I don't like that," but I love it. I love Britain's Got Talent, America's Got Talent, The Voice, Master Chef. I love all that rubbish. Right. But I got the ump because on ITV on Saturday night I was tuned in to watch Britain's Got Talent, and lo and behold, they had rugby on.
It was the fight. Yes, go on. Okay, go on. Yes. Go on.
Well, go on. Now, what are you going to say? Don't even start to defend it, right? Because I want to know why Ariel's rugby fans, including the women,
Yes.
are more important than the punters that want to watch Britain Got Talent. You've got ITV 2, 3, 4, ITVX. You've got all these stuff that shows repeats and old series and cooking shows and just things that...
Midsummer Murders.
Stick your rugby on there and don't mess about with ITV1. I want to watch. I got my Saturday night is all sorted. Right. Britain's Got Talent, the 1% Club, News, Bed, Jonathan Ross, see you later.
Okay. Right.
But why go on, defend them if you can.
Well, the thing is, because ITV got hold of it was the Six Nations between England and France, okay?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, all right.
I just dozed off.
Yeah, I know. And see, this used to be the preserve of the BBC, but ITV had got this big crunch match, etc., etc. And Sky's got the World Cup and all that sort of thing. So ITV obviously thought that to have this traditionally, the Six Nations as a tournament unlike any other, Michael, with, as you so eloquently put it, hairy-ass rugby players bashing into themselves. But it was a scintillating match, and I suppose that ITV wanted to show this as a flagship, because traditionally ITV has not done rugby, you see.
Okay, but they've got 2, 3, 4, X. Why do they have to take off a family show for a bit of sport? Just, I'm not saying don't show it, but show it on one of on what I'm going to call the minor channels. But everybody's got them. Or in a worst case scenario, put Britain's Got Talent on 2, 3, or 4.
Oh, they entirely scrapped Britain's Got Talent. They didn't put it on later. It wasn't sort of...
They didn't put it on at all.
Oh, well...
Okay, so now am I seeing a bit of sympathy there in your face?
Well, I'm seeing a bit of sympathy if this is if this is going to interrupt your Saturday evening viewing and it's sacrosanct and it's in there. Yeah, you would think they would put it on one of the other channels rather than interrupt the internal I mean, how many murders can you have in a small English village, for goodness sake?
I'm not going to live there. That's for sure.
Damn right, exactly. Once upon
Right, that was that one. So that was that taking.
So what did you do? What did you do then, apart from Grump? Did you sort of go to another channel? Had you got a backup?
No. Yeah. We got Netflix where we're watching several series which we don't. That's the other thing is the Netflix in Spain is not the same as the Netflix in England. So I get people recommending a show or a series, and it's not on in Spain because of the licensing.
Yes.
I mean, sort it out, lads. You're a big enough company. So we'll watch a series and it's dubbed French or dubbed something terrible. It sounds terrible, but you get halfway through it and just decide I'm involved now. I've got to watch it.
How many have you got to go of this strange French dubbed?
One of them. There's like the 8 series.
Oh, but I thought I'd go that far.
Of 8 episodes of series. So we finish up like 3 years of my life watching this guy trying to escape.
Oh, that one, yeah, Prison Break or whatever it was called, no? Something like that. Anyway, yes.
Interesting. We sometimes shop in Iceland, not the country, the supermarket.
I know the very one.
And it's got some interesting Englishy type things in it. And Patty caught her eye with hot cross buns. She said, I haven't had hot cross bun for ages since last time I had hot cross buns. Yeah. So she said, let's have some. So we looked at them and it had a label on it.
Yes.
And it said, do not freeze, which means it's come over frozen. They've defrosted them and now they've stuck a label. But where have they stuck the label? They've stuck the label over the eat by date or sell by or use by date.
Right.
So I'm sitting there and I'm thinking to myself, well, why have they covered that up? You could just see the beginning of a number. So I peeled it back a little bit and it was the 27th of February.
Huh?
Remembering, right, okay, hold on, it gets better.
Right.
Better. So I'm ready to have a storm off, and Patty then says, whoa, hold on. Don't go rucking about this yet, because I've peeled it right off, and it's the 27th of February, 2027.
Aha. Is this a bun we're talking about here?
Yeah. What do they put in this bun? What do they put in this bun to let it last? I don't think I'd be happy if I last a year. I'll be more than satisfied if I last a year. Right. What do they put? I want to be filled up with whatever they put in these buns to make them last for 18 months or so. What can it possibly be? If anybody out there, any scientists, I'm sure there's many listening to the show.
Who have.
Right. Or if not, Johnny Mias will know.
Yeah.
Or Gary. Someone will know.
Yeah.
What do they put in these buns to make them last a year?
I'm not sure, but whatever it is, I mean, in the event of nuclear apocalypse, I think we'll all be eating them because it'll be the only thing to survive, I think, Grumps.
Yeah, but it doesn't. I don't understand. There must. You know, I used to. My grandma or my mum used to make a cake or something like that. Apart from the fact we ate them straight away, but at the end of a day or 2 days, it was beginning to go rock hard.
I mean, I remember Christmas cake that my grandmother used to make, and you could eat that. That was all. That would sit in a because tins were bigger than that and made out of tin, by the way, children. And it would sit in a large quantity street. Yeah, go on.
The Dundee tin.
Yeah,
Dundee cake.
Exactly, but it would sit in there for I remember having having rock. I mean, breaking several teeth on the rock hard icing by this point. But that definitely around Easter because it would just last forever. Yeah,
but after about 6 months, we just used it to throw out the cat to make the baby laugh. You know, it was just. It was just.
Honestly, I mean, you're so Gen Z would have such a laugh with your childhood. I tell you, you would throw it at the cat to make the baby laugh. I mean, I mean, I can hear millennials shrugging and running to see whatever won at the Oscars or something like that.
Oh, the Oscars! Funny you should talk about the Oscars.
Really, you know.
Did you know?
No.
Yes, you did.
Yeah. Come on.
Did you know that there's a set of rules that the Oscars have now? That if the companies that made films like... Okay, I'm getting confused. The Oscars have got a set of rules that you have to go by to qualify to get an Oscar. Right? So none of these winners, which I'm going to give you, would now be eligible for an Oscar.
Okay.
The Godfather 1 and 2, no Oscar. No Country for Old Men, The Departed, Chicago, Beautiful Mind, Gladiator, Braveheart, Titanic, Forrest Gump, Schindler's List, Unforgiven, Amadeus, Patton, Sound of Music, My Fair Lady, Casablanca, Ben-Hur, Gone with the Wind. Not one of those would be eligible now for an Oscar because they don't fit into the rules of diversity. Not the dance group.
No. But I mean, Godfather's got Italian Americans everywhere. And the Godfather has got Italian Americans. Are they not? They're not the right sort of diverse group. Amadeus is set. Amadeus is set.
No, there's no.
It's in Austria, isn't it? So there's hardly going to be. The last time I looked with.
Don't complain to me.
I'm not. I'm just voicing. I'm just voicing.
Well, you've got to have at least 30% of all actors not submitted for Oscar consideration from 2 unrepresented groups, which may include women, racial ethnic group, LGBTQ, plus all the other letters, people with congenital or physical disabilities who are deaf or hard of hearing. What?
Because Forrest Gump's got his best mate, and then Lieutenant Dan, for goodness sake. I mean, Lieutenant Dan fits at least 3 groups, doesn't he? Unless he's, No,
apparently not. There's no native. No, it might not be because of him. It might be because there's no Native Americans in it. You have to have them all.
Do you?
It reminds me of the old football pools choosing his 7 from 20.
I can just see Titanic, so basically in the new version of Titanic, let's not even go there, but obviously as the Titanic sinks, it's not the orchestra, it's the drag queen, it's the transvestite review that keeps playing as the Titanic sinks, is it?
Well, I don't understand it, but Google it, do whatever you. I'm just amazed that someone said on the Instagram or somewhere that they gave a little list of films that wouldn't be eligible for Oscars, and I just don't look. I love film. I earned a very good living out of the video business for years, and some of these films were never made for cinema; they were made purely for video, and
yes.
A lot of these films were very entertaining. Especially there was an actor called Rutger Hauer.
Rocky Hauer, absolutely. I loved, his Blade Runner, The Hitcher. All his films never had a cinema release, right? They all went straight to video, and he was a video star. Yeah.
But those films now would never are not made. Netflix can't, they make them, but they just don't ever come up for recognition for the Oscars.
Here we go. We got. By the way, talking about the fact that you can never watch a clip without somebody saying download the whole thing. This has come in from it's come in to say, and I quote. So you say that it goes off the bleeding there. Here we go. This come in from Steve. Morning, Steve. Says I agree with Grumps, but the answer is the advertising revenue they need from those clips. You see.
What's that?
Right. So when you see a bit of a film. And then you want to watch more of it, say it's the great Rutger Hauer, or it's I don't know, Celebrity Bake Off on Ice behind the scenes, and you click on it, and then it goes you need to subscribe to something. Steve is saying it's because it generates advertising revenue. That's why. Yeah,
no, I understand that, but the trouble is you can't actually get to what you want to. If it had a little advert before, let's say that I'd go onto YouTube. Yeah. Right, YouTube usually has a little advert, or it has a few seconds of an advert, and then it goes to what I was looking for. The ones I'm complaining about is you never get to what you're looking for.
You still haven't found there's a song like that, I still haven't found what I'm looking for.
Yeah, well, that's. I just all I want to do is I don't mind clicking and seeing an advert, and then take me to it, but. It's like they give you a tempter of a film, and then in the comments, you're meant to click on it, and it'll take you to the second part, so you see the outcome of this short scene. But you never get there. That's the one I'm looking at. Give me an advert. I don't mind. I know advertising. Look, I realised a long time ago that I'm not the customer. I'm the product. I'm what's being
meaningful,
sold.
Isn't it?
Well, no, but that's true. When you go onto your Instagram or Facebook or whatever, and you click on something, all that information is sold to somebody else.
Correct. I'm agreeing. I'm agreeing with you there. Absolutely. Yeah.
So therefore, I'm the product being sold. I'm not the customer. Nothing that I would want is taken into consideration, and everything is changed. You start off you click on it the first time and you get there, and then after a little while, after about a year or two, they realise if we don't actually give them what they want straight away, they'll click on something else and they'll start searching it and they'll go down the rabbit hole, and that's what annoys me. Is I just want to go back to the old way of clicking on what I want to see and see it.
Right, now, what we need to do, Grumps, is get back to the more tactile world where you can actually physically get your hands on something. So if you want to wrap something up or stick something to something, then you can physically get your hands on it. None of this clicking, none of this filling in forms, like something like, I don't know, sellotape or cling film or something like that, and you can really get your hands, behind that.
Well, like sellotape?
Yeah, sellotape.
Yeah, have you ever tried to What happens to it? I mean, I know you sometimes you can stick a little bit of paper on it or a little bit of something, and it when you've cut it, you can make it nice and neat.
Never works for me.
But what happens? Like even a simple thing like trying to get the beginning of a toilet roll, or cling.
Cling film's the one.
You go half. You start unwrapping it, and then you realise that you've only got the first. It's about like 18 inches wide, but you've only got the first 5.5, 6 inches of it, right? And then you just peel it, and then you're peeling half of it round, and somewhere is the rest of it, and then you finish up with about a quarter of an inch thick.
Yeah.
You have to wind back. There must be a simpler way of doing things. Why is everything I do so difficult?
No,
well, not that I look for the cling thing, but
I always they don't let me near cling film anymore because I end up with this sort of like maypole sort of thing, and I try and pull a bit out, and I get a little string, and it breaks, and I've gone through about 6 layers, but I'm still on the first layer. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, you've got the first layer, and there's a quarter of an inch sort of looking at you, going, "Well, what about me?"
Yeah, exactly. I go about extreme, but it's like when I try and when you're trying to wrap presents, that happens once a year, and I will unwrap. I always get the dimensions wrong. It will always be massive amounts, or it will just have that slither like that. I think this works well on radio, thanks. This big, so that you could actually see, the type of After 8 Mint I've bought.
Oh. Yeah, but also the same thing with the toilet roll. You get a new toilet roll.
Yeah, go on, here we go.
Right.
It's always the weekend.
The same thing happens. It's always like, that happens, and then it's, you just got all these things. Why can't life be a little bit simpler?
You need an app for that.
I mean, they put him... I'd give Elon Musk the job of sorting it out. I mean, he gets people on the moon and Mars and...
Yeah, why don't we have sellotape?
He's invented a car that drives itself. Can't he do something to cling film?
I think
sort of useful things.
I think you're into something useful there. And do we have a file? Is it the London? Oh, but no, you've. I was in Madrid at the weekend, right? Just quickly, and what was really interesting was the sort of the look, the fashion of people. I mean, it was very, very diverse, and I mean in a good way. But I didn't see that sort of, shall we say, the Dubai look, i.e., you tend to get.
I've got a problem.
Yeah.
Are you talking about my thing about Trout Pal?
Yeah, that's the one. I'm not kissing you, Mike. Yeah.
I have a bit of a problem with what young ladies are doing to themselves. It's up to them, whatever they do.
Yeah.
But do they actually know how ridiculous some of them look with these ridiculous sized lips? What are they doing to themselves? Why are they mutilating themselves? I mean, I don't want to turn into like one of the Tate brothers, but it's like it's not attractive. And I'm sure somebody's going to tell us, well, it's not up to you to decide what's attractive or what. But I'm a 76-year-old man and brought up in a thing of people just got older. Some people got older, and sometimes you get a few lines on your face, and sometimes. But why? I mean, some girls or some ladies or some females. I don't know. I've crossed every bridge there.
Exactly. Yeah, go on.
It works beautifully, but some of them have seemed to have gone on the Turkey trip and come back with the doggy dentures and these lips, which, well, you stare at them and you can see they're talking like this.
Let's not even go about the butt lift, hey? Anyway. Finally, because we've got 2 minutes and 50 seconds now. One of the great sporting occasions in the calendar. Is it coming up soon? The London Marathon.
Yeah, and I don't know whether I should do this, but I just think it starts at 8 o'clock in the morning and it finishes at 12 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah,
and. Sometimes I just find it a bit annoying.
Should we use tasers instead of what your original thought was?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. And I thought that after every kilometre, you taser the last 6 of them, right. And that'll get them moving a little bit and get rid of all the people running around with fridges on their backs.
Yes.
And dressed up as teddy bears.
Yeah.
And dressed up and carrying running around like with the back end of a horse, and just make it more interesting. So people are really running.
Yeah,
I understand that But if they're running for a charity,
Yeah.
they can take as long as they like. If they're running for a charity, they can take as long as they like. But all the elite athletes and all those ones that are doing it, where they're basically cheating anyway because they've got people that run for them that keep the pacemakers and all that lot. So just as the last 6 come round, you just taser them, bosh,
off you go,
and make it a little bit more interesting.
Yes.
But not if they're running for charity.
No, they just get hit with a wet flannel or something like that to make it even more interesting. I once back in the 80s, I think it was, or 90s, I went down on a tube station, came back up and straight in the middle of the London Marathon, and then they closed the tubes. I was stuck for literally, I think, 3 or 4 days.
I hope you didn't run.
Did I?
I hope you didn't run.
Whatever. Were those shoulder pads in the 80s? Are you kidding? Right. 50 seconds, Michael. What would you like to leave your disciples with before you...
Well, I got... last time, someone asked for my email.
Did they?
What email? Yeah, not you.
The public?
What's his name?
I don't know what's...
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Nothing. I've got brain fog.
Right,
Who's on next?
Ritson. Uncle Stephen.
Yeah, Ritson.
Yeah.
Uncle Steve, right?
Yeah.
So, I'm going to give you my email address.
Okay.
On air.
Oh, yeah.
Mike Senker.
Yeah.
Mike Senker.
Yes.
@gmail.com.
Okay, marvellous.
So if you've got anything you want to grump about or you want to share with, or as long as you don't ask for money or anything like that,